the White House. Most people know what it looks like from the outside, but what about the inside? In this video, I'll be taking you on a tour of each floor and explaining the purpose of the different rooms. Let's dive in. To get started, let's make sure we're all on the same page. The White House is located in Washington, D.C., which is on the east coast of the United States. Here's Virginia, here's Maryland. The White House is the residence of the President of the United States. When you think of the White House, you might imagine this iconic view. But if we zoom out, you'll notice there's a lot more to the building. You can divide it into three main parts: the residence, the West Wing, and the East Wing. Let's begin with the East Wing. There are 2 stories here, which include many offices and rooms. The second floor is typically occupied by the First Lady and her staff. This is the guest entrance to the White House, where visitors arrive for events or social gatherings. Here's the lobby. We don't know exactly what all the rooms are used for, but it's interesting to see the layout. This is the garden room in the East Colonnade. Here's the family theater, primarily used for watching movies, but sometimes for the president to rehearse speeches. After going through the visitors' foyer, we enter the main section of the White House called the residence. This is the North Portico, and this is the South Portico. The residence has 4 floors, plus a sub-basement. Starting from the very bottom, the sub-basement contains storage, laundry, and mechanical rooms that help run the White House. There are even bathrooms down here. This section is known as the basement mezzanine. It's not quite as tall as a full floor, but similar rooms can be found here as well. The ground floor connects the East Wing to the West Wing. First, let's point out the restrooms, which is always good to know. This is the center hall that connects most of the rooms. Here's the Vermeil room and the China room, which house a lot of valuable items. The diplomatic reception room is where foreign ambassadors enter the White House. The map room is sometimes used for TV interviews. There are also doctors' offices to keep the president healthy, as well as offices for housekeepers. This is the library, the curator's office, basically the White House historian, Secret Service offices, and the kitchen. You'll also find a flower shop, a carpenter's shop, and even a bowling alley. Yes, there's a bowling alley in the White House. The bowling alley is located right under the steps of the North Portico. These steps lead into the first floor of the White House residence, where much of the activity takes place. Here's the East Room, often used for social events and performances. The Green Room, Blue Room, and Red Room are also located here. Yes, they are named after their colors. This is the Cross Hall and the Entrance Hall. This grand staircase is where the President and First Lady can make a dramatic entrance. The State Dining Room is where large gatherings are held, while the smaller family dining room is also on this floor. The Usher's Room is where guests check in when entering the White House. Moving on to the second floor, this is known as the family residence, where the president and their family live. Over the past 200 years, these rooms have been rearranged and used in different ways. Traditionally, this area has been known as the president's bedroom. At the top of the grand staircase, there's another dining room and a kitchen on this level too. The third floor is more of a private space for the president and their family to relax. Here's the Solarium or Sun Room, which offers beautiful views of Washington, D.C. The Promenade is also a favorite spot on this floor. Finally, we come to the West Wing. This is where the president and their staff have their offices. From this view, you can see it has 2 stories, but if you look closer, there's actually another floor. On the ground floor, you'll find the foyer and the lobby, which is only accessible to very important people. There are also plenty of other offices down here, including a large room for the Secret Service. The Situation Room is here too, where the president can command the armed forces from anywhere in the world. The first floor of the West Wing connects to the residence. After passing through the Palm Room, you come to the West Colonnade, which is actually outside. Here are the press corps' offices, where reporters work in tight quarters, and the press briefing room, which you often see on TV and in movies. Years ago, there used to be a swimming pool in this space. Here's the cabinet room, where many important meetings are held, and of course, the Oval Office. The president spends a lot of time here. Other rooms in the West Wing house more staff offices, and this is the main entrance to the West Wing. There's also a second floor in the West Wing, with even more offices for those assisting the president.